The camera cuts abruptly to the backstage hallway. A loud reaction from the crowd echoes through the arena monitors. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso are standing face to face with CM Punk. The tension is unreal. Nobody is smiling. Nobody is posturing. Roman takes a step closer. He tells Punk that tonight isn't about Finn Balor. Not really. Tonight is about proving to yourself that everything you went through wasn't for nothing. Roman says the locker room doesn't say it out loud, but they feel it. When Punk walked back through those doors, it reminded everyone that walking away doesn't make you weak. Coming back takes courage. Jimmy Uso nods and says the business chews people up and spits them out. He says most don't survive it mentally. Punk did. Jey Uso looks Punk dead in the eyes and says something that hits hard. He says, "We fight family. We fight brothers. We fight enemies. But tonight, you're fighting doubt." The crowd lets out another loud reaction. Punk finally speaks. He says he never asked for approval. Never needed validation. But hearing this, from them, means more than they know. Punk says Roman Reigns is the guy now. The standard. The mountain everyone climbs. And the Usos. They change the game for tag teams forever. Punk says respect like that isn't handed out lightly in this business. Roman nods. He tells Punk that no matter what happens tonight, win or lose, nobody can take away what he's already survived. Roman extends his fist. Punk looks at it for a moment, then bumps it. The Usos follow. The moment is real. No trash talk. No egos. Just respect. Suddenly, Finn Balor appears at the end of the hallway. The mood shifts instantly. Balor smirks, clapping slowly. He says this is touching. Really touching. But sentiment doesn't win matches. Balor says tonight isn't about legacy speeches. It's about who's still dangerous. Punk steps forward. He tells Balor that he didn't survive hell just to lose to a man hiding behind mind games. Balor's smile fades. Officials rush in as the tension explodes. Roman turns and looks at Balor one last time. He says, "Careful, men like him fight like they've got nothing left to lose." Roman and the Usos walk away. Punk's music hits. The crowd erupts. CM Punk walks toward the curtain, focused, fueled, and ready. Tonight isn't just a match. It's a statement. The camera stays on Punk as he walks toward the curtain. The crowd is loud, chanting his name. The arena is electric. You can feel the history in the air. This isn't just a match, it's a moment. Backstage, Roman Reigns and the Usos disappear down the hallway, but the atmosphere stays tense. The message was delivered. The respect was given. And now, the real war begins. The screen cuts to the ring. The lights dim. Finn Balor's music hits. The crowd erupts with a mix of boos and cheers. Balor walks out with that calm, calculated confidence. He looks around the arena like he owns it. He doesn't rush. He doesn't show emotion. He's a predator. Balor enters the ring, climbs the turnbuckle, and points to the crowd, like he's reminding them who he is. The announcers hype the match. They mention the backstage moment. They talk about how Roman Reigns and the Usos shocked WWE with a heartfelt message. They remind everyone that this is bigger than a match. Then, CM Punk's music hits. The arena explodes. Punk walks out, eyes locked on Balor. No smile, no jokes, just intensity. He walks like a man who's been waiting for this moment his whole life. He steps into the ring. The referee signals for the bell. Bell rings. The crowd is screaming. Punk and Balor circle each other. Punk throws the first strike, a hard jab. Balor blocks, counters with a quick kick to the ribs. Punk responds with a stiff forearm. Balor goes for a dropkick. Punk catches him and slams him down hard. The match is fast, aggressive, real. Punk hits a snap suplex. Balor hits back with a sling blade. Punk goes for the GTS early, but Balor dodges. Balor hits the coup de grace setup, but Punk rolls out of the way. Punk runs the ropes, hits a high knee. Balor tries to hit a dropkick. Punk catches it and spins Balor into the corner. Punk lands a brutal elbow. The crowd is losing their minds. Balor tries to fight back, but Punk is relentless. Punk locks in a submission. Balor reaches the ropes. Balor fights out, hits a kick to the face. Balor goes for the 1916, Punk reverses. Punk lands a big elbow drop. Punk climbs the ropes. The crowd roars. Punk goes for the GTS again. Balor counters and rolls through. Balor hits the Bloody Sunday. Punk is down. Balor goes for the pin. Punk kicks out. The crowd explodes. Balor looks shocked. Balor argues with the referee. Punk slowly rises. Balor tries to finish him again. Punk dodges, hits a back elbow, then a roundhouse kick. Punk hits the GTS. Punk covers. Punk wins. The crowd goes absolutely insane. CM Punk stands in the middle of the ring, breathing hard, exhausted but victorious. He looks at the entrance ramp. The camera cuts to Roman Reigns and the Usos backstage, watching the match on the monitor. Roman's face shows something unexpected: respect. The Usos nod in approval. Roman doesn't smile, but you can see it. He knows what Punk just did. Punk's music hits again. The crowd chants his name louder than ever. This wasn't just a win. This was a statement, and WWE just witnessed something unforgettable. The arena is still shaking from the crowd's reaction. CM Punk stands in the ring, victorious, breathing heavy, soaking in the moment. But the celebration doesn't last long. The lights go out. A cold silence takes over the arena. Then, a familiar theme hits. Roman Reigns' music. The crowd's reaction shifts instantly. Some boos, some cheers, but everyone is on the edge of their seat. Roman Reigns walks out with the Usos beside him. No music, no flash, just power. They walk down the ramp with purpose. Roman's expression is stone cold. He enters the ring. Punk stands up, ready for whatever is coming. Roman looks Punk dead in the eyes. The crowd is chanting. Roman finally speaks. He tells Punk that what he did tonight was impressive. He says Punk proved something. But Roman warns Punk that WWE is not a place for impressive. Roman says WWE is a place for control. Roman says he doesn't care who wins or loses. He cares about who stands at the top. Roman says he respects Punk's heart. But he doesn't respect Punk's choices. The crowd is silent. Roman steps closer. He tells Punk that tonight, Punk got the win. But Roman is still the head of the table. He says Punk is a man who can't be controlled, and that scares him. Roman then drops the shocker. He says he has something for Punk. He points to the entrance. The lights flash. The crowd gasps, because at the entrance is a huge screen showing a video package. And the video shows something no one expected. A hidden footage compilation of CM Punk's worst moments, the controversies, the betrayals, the fights, the backstage issues, the times he left, the times he returned, the times he challenged the company. Roman is narrating. He says Punk is a man who thinks he can just walk in and take what he wants. Roman says Punk is a man who has been running from consequences his whole career. Roman says tonight was a win. But Roman says he's not finished. The video ends. Roman looks at Punk. He says he's giving Punk a choice. A chance. Roman says he wants Punk to join him. Not because he's asking for respect. Because Roman knows Punk is powerful. Roman knows Punk is dangerous. Roman knows Punk is a threat. Roman says if Punk joins the bloodline, he becomes unstoppable. Punk's face changes. The crowd is stunned. Punk takes a step back. He says he's not joining anyone. Roman smirks. Roman says, then you're going to regret it. Roman and the Usos leave the ring. Punk is left standing, but the moment doesn't end. The screen cuts to backstage. Finn Balor is shown walking away, furious, shaking his head. He lost, and he knows something is coming. What this means for WWE. This is the moment that changes everything. Roman Reigns just offered CM Punk a place in the bloodline. That's not just a match. That's a storyline that could change WWE forever. Because if Punk accepts, the bloodline becomes even more dominant. If Punk refuses, Roman becomes a monster with a target. And Punk becomes the biggest threat to Roman Reigns.